Hi readers, today we're going to read a realistic fiction text called Marisol McDonald Doesn't Match by Monica Brown. It's in HMH. As good readers, you remember we talked about what good readers do. And one thing that we're going to talk about today is that good readers make, correct, and confirm predictions to stay interested and involved in realistic fiction stories as they read. Here's an anchor chart that we're going to talk about. Make and confirm predictions. A prediction is a guess that you make about what is going to happen in a selection or a story. Let's look at 3 times where we might make and confirm predictions as we read. Look at the first section, before reading. Before reading, I'm going to look at the cover and read the title. I might look at the text features or illustrations, and then I might predict what the text would be about. During reading, I'm thinking, what will happen next? I'm going to stop and think about what I've read, and then ask myself the question, what will happen next? After reading, when I'm finished reading, I'm going to confirm or adjust my prediction. Ask the question, was I right? Hopefully you'll say, yes, I was right. Okay, readers make predictions based on what they know about a genre. For example, in realistic fiction, it's usually going to feature a character that has a problem that has to be solved. Readers can predict what that problem might be based on the story's title and a preview of the text. So today we're going to jump into Marisol McDonald Doesn't Match and practice making, correcting, and confirming our predictions while we read. If you're online, just stay online and you can follow along with me as I project the story. If you're in class and your teacher wants you to do something different, follow those directions, please. As we get ready to dive into our reading today, first we're going to go over the Prepare to Read section in our My Book. And if you'll remember, I talked about how Marisol McDonald Doesn't Match is an example of realistic fiction. Realistic fiction tells a story about characters and events that are like those in real life. Authors of realistic fiction include a plot with a conflict and resolution. Realistic fiction also includes a setting or a place and time that is important to the story and characters who act, think, and speak like real people. Realistic fiction may include a theme or a lesson learned by the characters. So think about the title and the genre of this text. Marisol McDonald Doesn't Match. What do you think Marisol will say or do? How might she act? Write your ideas. So right now we're making a prediction about what we think Marisol will do or say. How might she act? Once you've got your thoughts jotted down, come back to me. Okay, I want to quickly just look at a few pages and let's talk about how we know this is realistic fiction and just make some noticings. So I'm going to turn the page. I'm going to look at this first picture right here. I see a little girl who's wearing mismatched clothes. It looks like she's talking to her friend. She lives in a town and looks like she's kicking a soccer ball. Are these all things that could happen in real life? Yes. Yes. In real life, girls can dress mismatched and they can play soccer. Also, we all live in a town. We live in Bryan. If you go downtown Bryan, you might see some shops that look like this. I'm going to turn the page. Let's see here. Here is Marisol, and she looks like she's in the classroom. Now this year, sometimes your classrooms might look a little bit differently, but we all go to school. So again, this is another example of how this is realistic fiction. Okay, I'm going to come back now, and we are going to get ready to read Marisol McDonald Doesn't Match. And as we read today, We are going to think about the setting, think about how Marisol doesn't match, and we're also going to start making and confirming predictions as we read. All right, here we go. My name is Marisol McDonald, and I don't match. At least that's what everyone tells me. What does Marisol probably mean when she says, I don't match? If you said it means her clothes don't match, I think you are right. What details in the illustration help you know what she means? What do you notice about her that lets you know that she doesn't match? Jot down your thinking so you can share it with your teacher. All right, I'm going to keep reading. I play soccer with my cousin, Tato, and he says, Marisol, your skin is brown like mine, but your hair is the color of carrots. You don't match. Actually, my hair is the color of fire, I say, and I kick the ball over Tato's head and into the goal. My brother says, Marisol, those pants don't match that shirt. They clash. But I love green polka dots and purple stripes. I think they go great together. Don't you? Okay, right here, I want us to stop. And I want you to listen to me model making a prediction. In this picture and on this page, when I'm listening to what Marisol says, I don't think Marisol cares what Tato her brother think. She thinks her clothes go great together, and I see that she is smiling and dancing. I predict that Marisol doesn't want to match and will never try to match. I will read to see if my prediction is correct. I also love peanut butter and jelly burritos and speaking Spanish, English, and sometimes both. Can I have a puppy, a furry sweet burrito? I asked my parents. Por favor? Quizás, Mammy says. Maybe, Dad says, smiling and winking. My teacher, Miss Apple, doesn't like the way I sign my name. Marisol McDonald, she says, this doesn't match. At school, we learn to print and use cursive, but not at the same time. But I like the way Marisol McDonald looks. How does the way that Marisol signs her name not match? What do you notice about this? Yes, her first name is in cursive and her last name is in print. At recess, Ollie and Emma want to play pirates and Noah wants to play soccer. How about soccer playing pirates, I suggest. No way, they say, so I run off to play on the swings by myself. After recess, we have art, my favorite subject. I think my drawings surprise my friends. Why does Marisol run off to play by herself? Yes, because Ollie and Emma don't like her suggestion to playing soccer pirates. What does that let us know about Marisol as a person? I think Marisol is happiest doing things her own way. At lunch, Ollie walks over to me and scrunches his nose. A peanut butter and jelly burrito, he asks. I know, I say. It doesn't match, but it sure tastes good. Marisol, you couldn't match if you wanted to. Oh, yeah? I bet I can. I wonder what's about to happen. The next day, I wake up and decide that today I, Marisol McDonald, will match. It's a little hard to find clothes that are all the same color. I play pirates with Ollie at recess, but it's not very fun. Why can't pirates play soccer anyway? I have a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich at lunch, and the bread tastes mushy. Okay, How is Marisol different now than she was earlier in the story? Yeah, I'm wondering if Marisol is happy. I can tell she's wearing the same clothes she's trying to match, but she doesn't look that happy. Let's go back and review the prediction we made on page 22 when we were trying to decide if we thought Marisol would ever change. Did you think she would change, or did you think she would still stay mismatched? I first predicted that Marisol would never try to match, but it looks like now she has changed her mind and she's trying to match. But she looks very unhappy about it. My new prediction is that she will go back to not matching again because she's so unhappy. Even art class is a bit boring. Marisol, Miss Apple says, "What's wrong? This doesn't look like your usual work. What do you notice about this?" "Yes, I'm trying to match," I say with a frown. "Why?" asks Miss Apple. I can't think of a single good reason. At the end of the day, Miss Apple hands me a note. I open it and it says, "Marisol, I want you to know that I like you just the way you are, because the Marisol McDonald that I know is a creative, unique, bilingual, Peruvian, Scottish American, soccer playing artist, and simply marvelous. Miss Tamiko Apple." I skip all the way home. What do you notice about this letter? Miss Apple wants Marisol to know that she thinks she is marvelous just the way she is, and she doesn't have to match. I also noticed that Miss Apple also signed her name mismatched with cursive and print. When I wake up on Saturday, I put on my pink shirt, my polka dot skirt, and my favorite hat, the one my abuelita brought me from Peru. At breakfast, I say, "My name is Marisol McDonald, and I don't match because I don't want to." "Bravo," says Mammy. "Good for you," says Dad. "Now let's go to the pound and get a puppy." Oh. When we go to the pound, there are big dogs and little dogs. There are dogs with long noses, dogs with smushed faces. There are chocolate-colored puppies and smoky gray puppies and puppies the color of caramel. How will I ever choose? Then I see him. He has one floppy ear and one pointy ear, one blue eye and one brown eye. He is beautiful. Okay, why does the author describe all of these dogs for us at the pound? I think it's to show us how hard it is for Marisol to choose because there are so many cute and unique faces. Which dog do you think Marisol chooses? Yes, the one with the floppy ear, pointy ear, blue eye, and brown eye. Why do you think she chooses that puppy? If you said because it's mismatched, you are correct. I walk over and he leaps into my lap. I cuddle him and it sounds like he purrs. Uh-oh, how is that a mismatch? That's right, dogs don't purr, cats do. "I think we found just the right dog for you, Marisol," Mammy says. "My puppy is perfect. He's mismatched and simply marvelous, just like me. I think I'll name him Kitty." Okay, so let's look back at our prediction. Were we right? Was I right when I said I think Marisol's going to change back because she wasn't happy? Yes, I was. And look how happy she is just being herself. It's a great way to be. All right, we're going to stop there and come back together. Today, as we read Marisol McDonald, we talked about making and confirming predictions. And remember, predicting what a text will be about helps a reader when they're reading. But while we were reading, you'll notice that we had to change our predictions. And that's okay too. Sometimes we read and we realize that our prediction was incorrect. So we adjusted it to match the text. I can't wait to read with you again tomorrow, readers. Bye-bye.